When you're eating meat, you're getting high optimal levels of amino acids and protein. Protein is broken down into amino acids in the body. And amino acids are the building blocks of your brain chemicals that regulate your mood, like dopamine and serotonin, acetylcholine, etc. A craving is a deficiency in one of those or a bunch of those neurotransmitters or brain chemicals. And so when you have a craving and then you eat something addictive, it's your attempt at boosting levels of dopamine, serotonin, acetylcholine, all those brain chemicals. You're literally just trying to regulate your mood. And so when you're eating tons of protein, you have ample supply of those amino acids and you stimulate your own brain's production of those brain chemicals. And so you're far less likely to feel like you have a deficiency in those brain chemicals that needs to be boosted by some external addictive source. When you exercise, not only do you boost your brain's chemicals production, but not only do you boost it during the activity, but you also stimulate a higher baseline level of those brain chemicals. So now it's not just when you're running that you have all the dopamine and the endorphins being produced. It's also when you wake up in the morning. It's also at rest. It's also when you're not working out. It's like now 24/7. You literally have fundamentally changed the chemistry of your brain so that now you're always happier. And so like your baseline mood level is elevated. And this is why you see the studies that show that just simple exercise can be just as effective, if not more effective, than taking antidepressants. And that's when you're basing it off of the antidepressant medication studies that have been allowed to be published, because we know that there's a huge bias in the literature where when you have most of those studies anyway are funded by the pharmaceutical industries, and so when you have studies that don't show any advantage of those drugs for alleviation of depression, they literally will not publish them. The clinical trial registration thing, where now every study you start, you have to register it. It has to leave a trail where it's like, okay, somebody started that study in that university or that company. What happened? If it never gets published, at least we know that, okay, something happened there. Why did it not get published? Whenever I say inflammation in the body, it simply means that there's a lot more inflammatory molecules in your blood and circulation. And so there you have more tumor necrosis factor alpha, more CRP or C-reactive protein, more free radicals, all of those chemicals. There's a ton of chemicals that are considered inflammatory. And so you just have a lot more of them overall circulating in your blood and reaching your tissues. Reducing inflammation means reducing the quantities and the secretion of all of those chemicals into your blood. And I think that's, again, another major reason why I stick to a carnivore diet and why I recommend it, is because there are no more aches and pains. You know, like when I'm training hard every day, I don't have to feel sore for, 2-3 days. I'm constantly thinking, is it time to do a recovery day? There's none of that. People don't realize how much of those aches and pains and waking up with a sore neck or a sore joint or whatever, that's not you getting older. That's inflammation buildup from the plant toxins that you're consuming, thinking it's healthy for you.
Annotated and summarized, easy to share with loved ones. The description below the title for this video has these summary points.